Remember last time when I said that humans were domesticated?
I did say that.
Let's talk about humans. There's going to be multiple parts just on humans alone, so for now we're just going to stick with what we can see, which is how we look and how we act. Starting with the skulls. Now I actually have a whole series on comparing human skulls to hominin skulls, and I showed that basically we're the exact opposite in almost every aspect. Brow ridges, no brow ridges. Forehead, no forehead. Flat nose, protruded nose. Flat mouth, prognathic mouth, or it sticks off the face. We have a chin, they don't have a chin. We're the only primates with a chin. Their eyes are proportionally larger and rounder, while ours are proportionally smaller and more rectangular, on average. Also the rounder head versus the more football-shaped head, but also the facial proportions. So if you put your finger underneath your nose, it covers the entire space between your nose and your lip. This is an orangutan, and as you can see, it's about 2 finger space, 2 orangutan fingers. You can see it pretty nicely here with Neanderthals as well as a better view of the nasal passage. In terms of the postcranial, or anything but the skull skeleton, 2 things happen. First is a reduction in bone density and thickness. So bones are the function of the torque that your muscles generate. So your muscles need to be strong enough to withstand the pressure exerted by your muscles, or else your muscles would break your bones. So you look at whales and dinosaurs and elephants, and they have very thick, dense bones in order to not only support the weight of the animal, but also to withstand the pressure exerted by their muscles. Side by side with the Neanderthal, the difference is staggering. This still trips me out. It shows how intimidating Neanderthals must have been, but I mean, I guess if you're in the wild and you're down bad, it didn't stop us from interbreeding, did it? But the limb proportions also changed. Human arms got shorter, we have the shortest arms of any ape, and our legs got longer, we have the longest legs of any ape. Now, if you notice that upper arm bone, that real long upper arm bone bringing the hands down around the knees, if you stand up and you let your hands hang at rest position, your hands are going to be around the mid-thigh region. Here's Michael Phelps so you can see what I mean. It's the mid-thigh region, not the mid-thigh point, but the mid-thigh region. If your hands hang around your knees, please put the picture in the comment. And finally, our feet. First, real quick, let's just go over how we walk. We strike with our heel. The heel is the first thing that hits the ground. We shift the momentum around the arch, push off with our big toe after cutting into the ball. The little toes lift up as balancers. The biomechanics of our walk creates a very consistent angle of the trailing shin of 52 degrees. You can even try this for yourself, on yourself or on other people. Now back to what I was saying. This is Lucy's track, and as you can see, the front and back of the foot hit the ground at the same time. It's a completely different walk. And that walk has a name. It's called bent knee, bent hip. And even though we know that, Encyclopedia Britannica gave us a human walk for Australopithecus afarensis. Here's Lucy's track next to 2 Homo erectus tracks next to a human track. Now, I'm not a podiatrist, but these 3 look more similar to each other than any of them do to this one. So overall, we're less aggressive. We have more delicate skin. We have a longer developmental period. We have varying eye color. Even our sexuality changed. Others have what we would call a mating season. And if you've ever seen a baboon with his booty all red and bright, that's the signal for the mating season. It's called estrus. Obviously, we don't have that. We actually have recreational sex. The only other ape that does that is bonobos. But all of these changes really kind of turn the whole idea of a Darwinian evolution of humans on its head, because most of these changes seem to be disadvantages. Their big eyes gave them better low light vision, just like chimps and gorillas and orangutans and other monkeys. Our vision sucks at night, and that's why I think that the sun is the most worshipped object of all time. We're pathetically weak in comparison. Even little monkeys, as soon as they're born, they reach up on their mom's fur, they grab one, the mom's jumping through the trees, and even with the G-force, the monkey holds on. 5 minutes old. And now the big question. Who domesticated us? Well, I think the answer is obvious. We domesticated ourselves. Because who else could it be? It's called the self-domestication hypothesis. And the way it goes basically is that it started off with like small behavioral changes like how the group reacts to dominance and stuff like that. Then about 50 to 40,000 years ago, that's when things start to really ramp up in terms of the domestication process. Yeah, that all makes sense on the surface, but once you start to look at the stuff that we can't see, things start to get a little dicey. And we'll talk about that next time. I'm Java, this is Gabadip.